Kendra Bishop here with the Bishop Real Estate Group. It is May 2021, and I'm here to talk about our market update. What's going on in the market? What's going on with stats in the market? Are things selling? Are they not? What is happening in this crazy market we keep hearing about? And then I'm going to answer the question of the month. That question is, this market's too crazy for me. I think I'm going to hold off and wait for foreclosures and short sales to start coming. When are they coming? How are they coming? So we're going to talk a little bit about that. But let's get right into market stats. 2021 is still the same theme of very low inventory and lots of sales in the marketplace. But I will caution you, these last few weeks we have seen a little bit of a slowdown throughout the Sacramento region. When I say slowdown, I mean we're seeing a little bit less showings on our inventory. We're seeing a couple less offers coming through. We're seeing a little bit of less urgency. What's playing into that? We're not quite sure. Some sellers are pricing too high. Some buyers are getting a little tired and burnt out on the market. But all in all, it continues to be a really strong month. We have 51% less inventory than we did May of 2020. That's down a smidge. Last month we were down 61%. So we are starting to see homes come back on the market at a little bit of a greater pace. Solds are actually down 28% the first couple weeks of May compared to the first couple weeks of April. So we are definitely seeing a little bit of a slowdown. Days on market, we're staying right at 11 days on market as average for the entire Sacramento region. That is crazy low, obviously. So things are coming on and going off and coming on and going off. We are starting to see, though, some inventory fall out of escrow and come back on. What's causing that? Sometimes it's appraisal issues, sometimes it's inspection issues. At the Bishop Real Estate Group, we mitigate some of those things up front. All of our listings, we really encourage our sellers to do inspections before going to market. All of our listings, we really fight for the appraisal and make sure that we've got the right buyer in escrow. So that's something we can talk about one-on-one. But back to market stats. The Sacramento Valley compared to a year ago, for sales down 51%, solds are up 30%, pendings are up 22%. So year over year, we're still hot as can be compared to a year ago. Of course, remember, we were really into shelter in place May of last year, so some of those numbers may be a little bit higher than what they really are. We are down to just a half a month of inventory. So again, we are still looking for more listings in the marketplace. Placer County as a standalone is almost identical to the Sacramento region. The big difference again is luxury. Over $1 million. May 2021 versus May 2020, solds are up 516%. Pendings up 620%. Sorry, I can't help but laugh a little bit in saying those numbers because obviously we have seen a huge increase in the luxury market around Placer County. But houses for sale are actually down 3% from last month in the over $1 million mark, and pendings are down 12%. So we're keeping an eye on what we're seeing. And again, is it that sellers are trying to push just a little bit too high? Buyers are starting to wait out and get nervous. And that brings me to my question of the month. I've heard a couple times, hey, I'm gonna wait. The foreclosure moratorium is supposed to be up at the end of June. We believe that there's gonna be short sales and foreclosures coming to market, and I'm just gonna get into a rental and wait for the market to come back. Couple things to think about when you're thinking about that scenario. There's already been talk with the Biden administration of pushing the foreclosure moratorium to 2022. We don't know if that's going to happen or not, but that could very likely happen. Number two, unless somebody has been using their house as a credit card over the last couple years, which if they're in forbearance, they can't. They haven't had access to the equity in their house. They've got equity. There is equity in everybody's home. We may see some desperation sales. We may see some folks needing to sell, but we are not going to see short sales. And I would certainly hope that if someone is in foreclosure with equity in their home, they would get their house on the market rather quickly. I actually just wrote on one today in Granite Bay. The NOD was filed, the notice of trustee sale was filed. It's scheduled to go to the auction block June 3rd. Whether the bank can really do that or not, they threw it on the market for a quick cash sale, and there's definitely equity in that home. So will we see some of those? We may see a handful of those start to creep into the market, but I wouldn't hedge your bets on that being the market anytime soon. All predictions are showing a strong economy. all predictions are showing that this market is going to continue to be robust into 2022 and beyond. And so I think you should be talking and discussing more of what is your strategy in this market to sell if you need or want to sell for what could be seen as top dollar, or buy, and how can you leverage in this market and still feel like you're not buying at the crazy top of the market, but still selling and buying in a very favorable way. That's one of the things that we do each and every day, each and every week, is work with clients on how to best upsize, downsize, resize, change lifestyle in this market, and we would love to always be of service to you. So May stats, market continues to be very robust in the Sacramento region. I will get back to you in a month in June and let you know what we're seeing, and if the slowdown continues, or if the little tiny slowdown continues, or if we pick back up for the summer months. As always, have a great week, have a great month, and I look forward to connecting in June. Take care.